Wise or Stripe? Two global fintech giants, but which one truly delivers for your money in 2025? On the left, Wise, money without borders, perfect for international transfers. And on the right, Stripe, the powerhouse for online payments and global businesses. Let's skip the buzzwords and get to the real stuff. Each category earns its points, and at the end, you'll see exactly who comes out on top. The result might not be what you expect.
All right, check this out. We're going to compare Wise and Stripe across 5 key categories. Here's our mind map for today's battle: international transactions and currencies, e-commerce and integration, fees and pricing transparency, security and fraud prevention, and finally, user experience and business fit. Ready? Let's dive straight in. Let's kick things off with international transactions and currencies. Probably the biggest reason most folks look at these platforms. So, Wise? Oh man, it absolutely nails international payments. You get best-in-class exchange rates. Seriously, it's almost like magic. And their fees? Super low and always spelled out. No sudden charges. Plus, Wise lets you set up multi-currency accounts with local bank details in a bunch of countries. Super handy, and honestly, super transparent. The only hiccup? You won't really find Wise plugged into mainstream e-commerce stores, which is kind of a bummer if you want everything in one spot. Now, Stripe? Yep. It totally supports over 135 currencies, which is wild. And it's great for invoicing and running global businesses. But when you actually send money across borders, Stripe's fees start climbing, and the exchange rates just can't compete with Wise. So, in terms of raw cost savings and international versatility, Wise is hands down your winner here. Next up, e-commerce and integration. Wise keeps things super simple. Just send and receive money. That's its jam. But when you try to set it up for a real online store or charge subscriptions, it's just not built for that. On the flip side, Stripe absolutely crushes this. It works seamlessly with heavy hitters like Shopify and WooCommerce, has killer APIs for developers, and if you're running a SaaS or marketplace, Stripe Connect is honestly legendary. Sure, setup might be a little techy, but the amount of stuff you can do with Stripe for e-commerce is just next level compared to Wise. So Stripe grabs the win for business integration without breaking a sweat. Moving on, fees and pricing transparency. Wise is basically famous for keeping fees upfront and competitive. What you see is what you pay, and there's 0 monthly fees. You just pay as you go, which makes budgeting so much easier. Unless you're using their debit card for ATM withdrawals, but most people don't really push those limits. Now Stripe, it does have flexible pricing and even volume discounts if you're running major operations. But, and this is kind of annoying, Stripe's fee structure gets complicated, especially as you add payment methods or go global. You might find costs popping up that weren't super clear at first. So, Wise is the clear winner when it comes to transparent, predictable costs. Oh, and here's something cool you might not know. Wise was originally called TransferWise and set out to make international transfers dirt cheap, while Stripe, that was created by 2 Irish brothers and now powers millions of online businesses worldwide. History lesson? Done. Now, let's talk about security and fraud prevention. This one is huge. Wise is tightly regulated, uses 2-factor authentication, and generally feels super safe for regular users. But when it comes to sophisticated anti-fraud tools, it's not on Stripe's level. Stripe has industry-leading stuff like Stripe Radar and is PCI DSS Level 1 compliant, which, if you're handling lots of sensitive payments, is a major plus. There's constant monitoring, though, heads up. New or riskier merchants sometimes get their payments put on hold, so that can be kind of a headache. Still, for raw protection and peace of mind, Stripe takes the win here. All right, last but not least, user experience and business fit. Wise has a super intuitive, clean interface. Seriously, freelancers and small businesses swear by how easy it is to set up accounts and move money around internationally. But if you need anything outside global transfers, it starts to feel a little limited. Stripe, on the other hand, has a customizable dashboard and analytics that are perfect for fast-growing or more complex businesses. But let's be real. If you're just a solo freelancer or tiny shop, Stripe can actually feel a bit overwhelming at first. So, you know what? It's a tie here. Both platforms totally nail it for their intended users. Let's map this out visually. Wise totally dominates for pure international transactions and fee transparency. Stripe is the absolute king for e-commerce integration and security. And when it comes to user experience, it's honestly neck and neck depending who you are. The radar chart is going to show these battles pretty clearly. If you run a big online store, handle subscriptions, or need wild customization, Stripe is the obvious choice. Can't argue with that power. But if you're a freelancer, small business, or just want transparent, low-fee international payments, Wise will save you cash and headache every single time. That's my final verdict. If this helped you figure out your platform dilemma, awesome. Share it with your team or fellow business owners to make sure everyone picks what seriously fits best. Catch you on the next one.